right, we are on day 10 of our ACT Prep, Unit 2, Pre-Algebra 2 topics. And day 10 is just a cumulative ACT practice, so let's see how you do. Give it a shot. Hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got 8x. It says if you make X dollars per hour and you work for 8 hours, how much money will you make? Well, you're working 8 hours for X dollars per hour. So you're taking X dollars times 8, which is 8x. Try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. All right, this one says 9 is the answer to which of the following questions? Well, you know that this word means of. So this says take 0.15 times 60. And when I do, I get 9. And again, if this would have said, you know, like if one of your choices was like, well, J and K or something like that, then you'd have to check the rest of them. But when it just says which one and you've only got one choice to make, there's only one possible answer. Once you find it, don't bother checking the rest. Okay, try this one. Hit pause. Come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got 3 feet. It says an architect is looking at the blueprints of a house and sees that a certain door is 6 centimeters wide on the plans. The architect needs to know the actual width of the door. From the key, the architect sees that 1 centimeter represents 6 inches. How wide will the actual door be? So I set up a proportion. Okay? It says that 1 centimeter represents 6 inches. So there's my first ratio. I want to know, I have 6 centimeters, and I want to know how many inches that's going to be. Alright? So if I convert, I go 1 times x is x. Wait, what am I doing? Oh yeah, 1 times x is x equals 6 times 6 is 36. So that would make it 36 inches. Problem is, none of my answers are in inches. So I have to convert to feet. Okay? So if I have 36 inches and I want to convert to feet, I want to get rid of inches and I want feet. There's 12 inches in 1 foot. Inches cancel, and I get 36 divided by 12 feet. Well, 36 divided by 12 is 3. So it's 3 feet. Yeah? Alright, try this one. Hit pause. Come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got K. It says the baseball team has 3 positions open. First base, third base, and right field. 6 players are trying for these 6 players are trying for these positions. In how many different ways can these positions be filled? Order matters here. Because it's not just saying I'm picking 3 kids to be on the team, any position. I'm picking specific positions. I need a first baseman, a third baseman, and a right field. So the order matters. Once you put someone in for first base, that's no longer an option for the rest. So it's permutation, not commutation and combination. And we have 6 and we're taking 3 at a time. So I type that in my calculator and I get 120. Alright, you try this one, hit pause, come back when you're ready. Hopefully you got B. It says 80 is the mean of which of the sets of test scores. Well, I got to figure it out. So I tried the first one. I added all of them up and divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and got 81. Nope. So I tried B and I got 80. And again, once I found it, I don't need to check the other ones. Try this one. Hit pause. Come back when you're ready. And you should have gotten 5. Alright, if you're rolling a pair of dice, this is pretty common. Pretty common question on ACT. I see it on ACTs and SATs all the time. So what I would do is I would just memorize this table. When you roll a pair of dice, okay, the first die could be 1 through 6, and the second die could be 1 through 6. So if you rolled a 1 and a 1, that sum would be 2. If you rolled a 2 and a 1, that sum would be 3. If you rolled a 3 and a 1, that's so on and so forth. So you can see how I filled the table out. And again, you don't have time to draw this table on an ACT test, okay? Because it's going to, 1 minute per question. Drawing that table took me probably 2 minutes anyway. All right? So just memorize it. And here's what you do. It's always the sum, okay? There's one sum of 2, 2 sums of 3. Get it? This is one less. So there's one sum of 2. There's 2 3s. There's 3 sums of 4. There's 4 sums of 5. Getting the pattern? There's 5 sums of 6. There's 6 sums of 7. And then it starts going back. Then there's 5 sums of 8. 4 sums of 9. 3 sums of 10. 2 sums of 11. And 1 sum of 12. Okay? Anyway, so they want to know which of the following sums has a 1/9 probability of being rolled. Well, if I find the probability of a sum of 2, there's only 1 out of 36. So that didn't work. If I do the probability of getting a sum of 3, well, there's 2 out of 36, which reduces down to 1/18, which is not 1/9. The probability of getting a sum of 4, well, there's 3 sums of 4 out of 36, which reduces down to 1/12. No. 5, the probability of rolling a sum of 5 is 4 out of 36, which does reduce down to 1/9. Winner, winner, winner. Okay? Oh, I animated that. Sorry. Alright, you try this one. Hit pause, come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got C. It says Erin puts 10% of her income I, that of means multiply, in a savings account each month. Which of the following expressions can be used to determine how much money Erin is placed in the account after M months? So she does 10% of her income every month. So now I need to multiply by month 2. And there's your 0.10 times your income times the number of months. Okay? Try this one. Hit pause. Come back when you're ready. And hopefully you got Che. It says Jan uses just 4 budget categories. The circle graph shows the percent of her take-home pay allocated to each category. If her annual take-home pay increases by $900, how much on average will her monthly food budget increase? Well, she spends 18% of her income on food. So if her pay increases $900, how much is this going to increase? So they want us to take 18% of 900. So I multiply that together and I get 162. But it says on average her monthly food budget. So that's what it's going to increase for the year, because it increased her annual. That was for a year. So her budget's going to increase by a year. So to figure out on average per month, I need to divide that by 12, which gives me the $13.50. Okay, try this one. Oops. Guess the answer is right there. Sorry, but do the work. See if you get the right answer. Okay, it says Jordan is able to run 3 times as far as Andy. If Jordan can run 18 miles, how many miles can Andy run? Again, I can write this as an equation. Jordan is 3 times as far as Andy. And it says Jordan can run 18 miles. So they're telling me Jordan ran 18 miles. And that's going to be 3 times as far as Andy. So to figure out how many times how many miles Andy can run, divide by 3, and you get 6. Okay, try this one. Hit pause. Come back when you're ready. And you should get $1.70. It says Emily went to a store to buy beads for her necklace. The red beads cost 0.5 per bead, the blue costs 15 cents a bead, and the green is 25 cents a bead. How much will it cost if Emily buys 4 red, 5 black, and 3 green? Well, her 4 red beans, I've got to take 4 times the price of beads, 4 times the price of each bead. So she's got 4 that are going to cost a nickel. She's got 5 that will cost 15 cents. And she's got 3 that cost 25 cents. So when I type that in, I get $1.70. I get 1.7, but remember you're talking money, so that's $1.70. Alright, hope you did well, and I will see you for subtest over 1 and 2.